Okay, let's unpack this. We've all been in that conference room scenario, right?
Oh, absolutely.
You've got like 5 different remotes on the table. You're trying to lower a screen.
And you accidentally kill the lights.
Exactly. Suddenly the whole meeting is in the dark. It's just a mess.
Mm-hmm.
But today, we're looking at a piece of hardware that claims it can, stop all that madness.
Yeah.
It's trying to bridge the gap between us and the complex systems running our buildings. We're diving into the PureLink ICON T10.
And it's a really interesting intersection. I mean, on the surface, what are we looking at? It's a 10-inch tabletop touchscreen.
Right.
But if you dig into the documentation, the mission here is so much bigger. Whether you're managing a tiny huddle room or a massive command center, the whole goal is to make controlling, and I'm quoting here, virtually any device actually feel simple.
And that word simple is doing a lot of heavy lifting there because the marketing material pushes this easy control platform hard.
It does.
And I have to be honest, usually when I see EZ spelled with a Z on professional gear, my alarm bells start ringing.
That's the big question, isn't it? Is it actually easy, or is it just dumbed down and limited? In the traditional AV world, setting up a touch panel like this means writing raw, complex code.
It's a very specialized skill.
A highly specialized skill. What the source material suggests is that PureLink is trying to bridge that gap with, a drag-and-drop interface. They're explicitly claiming that programming has never been easier.
So the pitch is they're removing that barrier to entry. You don't need a degree in computer science just to make the presentation mode button work.
Precisely. It's making the back-end setup as intuitive as the front-end user experience is supposed to be. But, you can't have software without hardware to run it on. And physically, this thing is designed to be surprisingly clean.
I noticed that in the install guides. It's a sleek, white 10-inch screen. But what really caught my eye is how it's powered. It uses PoE.
Power over Ethernet, 802.3 AF.
Yeah, so for anyone listening who isn't familiar, why is that such a big deal for a conference table?
It's a huge quality of life feature for installers and for users. Instead of needing a bulky power brick plugged into a wall and a separate data cable, you just run a single Ethernet cable.
And that does both.
It carries the data and the electricity. One wire.
So no rat's nest of cables on the boardroom table. I can definitely appreciate that.
Exactly.
But looking at the ports, I see a LAN port, which makes sense, and then an RS-485 connection. That sounds a bit more old school.
It is, but, in a good way. RS-485 is an industrial communication standard. It's robust, it's reliable, and it lets this touchscreen talk to hardware over really long distances without electrical interference.
Ah, okay.
So by including that, this tablet can talk to modern IP devices over the network and heavy-duty equipment through RS-485.
It connects the old world and the new world. So is this thing the brain of the operation, or is it just a fancy remote?
Well, that's the thing. It's flexible enough to be both. The specs show you can run it as a standalone controller. So yes, it is the brain.
Okay.
But for really complex setups, think like a Capino security room or a huge auditorium, it can act just as the user interface for their bigger C8 master controller.
So if the system gets too heavy, you just offload the processing and the T10 becomes the face on the desk.
That's it.
Speaking of the desk, I noticed some pretty aggressive durability specs for something that looks like, a delicate tablet.
Oh, absolutely. The operating temperature is pretty standard, up to about 117 degrees Fahrenheit. But what really stands out is the storage temperature.
What is it?
It can handle conditions as low as -40 degrees Fahrenheit.
-40. I mean, hopefully no one's holding a board meeting in the Arctic, so why does that matter?
It's not really about the user environment, it's about the supply chain. It means this device is built to survive an unheated cargo hold on a plane or a shipping container in the dead of winter without the electronics just failing. It speaks to industrial build quality, not consumer tablet fragility.
Which brings us to the price tag. This unit is listed at $3,829.99. That is a steep climb from your average iPad.
It is. But you have to weigh that against the context, right? You're not just buying a screen, you're buying that industrial reliability, the RS-485 port, the 3-year PureLink warranty, and you're buying into that easy control ecosystem we talked about.
That's a fair distinction. You're paying for the downtime you won't have. So what does this all mean? We're seeing a real shift here. The ICON T10 is basically arguing that high-level AV control doesn't have to be gated behind complex coding anymore.
That is the key takeaway. It sort of democratizes the control room. By removing that barrier of difficult programming, you empower more people to manage these environments effectively.
Which leaves us with a provocative thought to wrap on. If professional control systems are moving toward these easy drag and drop style interfaces. How might this change who is actually capable of designing these command centers in the future?
Mhm.
Are we moving toward a world where, say, the office manager designs the automation instead of a specialized engineer? And if so, what happens to the specialists? Something to chew on.